जीएसटी सिर्फ एक टैक्स रिफॉर्म नहीं है, लेकिन वो आर्थिक रिफॉर्म का भी एक अहम कदम है। जीएसटी आर्थिक रिफॉर्म से भी आगे एक सामाजिक रिफॉर्म का भी एक नया तबका जो एक ईमानदारी के उत्सव की दिशा में ले जाने वाला ये बन रहा है। कानून की भाषा में जीएसटी गुड्स एंड सर्विस टैक्स के रूप में जाना जाता है, लेकिन जीएसटी से जो लाभ मिलने वाले हैं, और इसलिए मैं ये कहूंगा कि कानून भले कहता हो कि गुड्स एंड सर्विस टैक्स, लेकिन हकीकत में ये गुड एंड सिंपल टैक्स है।
GST, a landmark step towards economic reforms, as our Honorable Prime Minister puts it. But what makes it historic, or the biggest tax reform in the history of independent India? Firstly, multiple taxes were subsumed into one. Secondly, the challenge of cascading of taxes or tax on tax was resolved. Thirdly, barriers to interstate trade were removed. And fourthly, the regional imbalances due to skewed availability of revenue have been addressed. Well, a momentous change like GST is bound to pose challenges, and the requirement of uniform and dynamic decision-making was the first challenge. Providing an appropriate administrative system to implement GST was yet another challenge due to the existence of multiple tax administrations. An innovative solution of assignment of taxpayer base and cross-empowerment was worked out to provide a single interface. A new system opened up a huge gap in terms of capacity building. Apart from the law, the entire business processes were new, as GST was conceptualized as a digital tax. The National Academy of Customs and Indirect Taxes took a lead, and in coordination with state training academies, has imparted training to almost all the officers of the centre and the states. But the biggest challenge was the need to strike a balance between the need for trade facilitation and ensuring compliance. The first step in this direction was tax rate rationalization. This was done by reducing the number of entries in the highest slab, which is 28%. Rectification of inverted duty rate structures, and timely clarifications were issued. The net result has been a drastic reduction in disputes on rates. A special focus was given to the MSME sector, which led to the introduction of threshold exemption limits and increase thereof, introduction of composition scheme, introduction of QRMP scheme, facility to file nil returns through SMS, and many other such reforms to ease the compliance burden of the MSME sector. Along with MSMEs, a continuous attention has been paid to help the exporters to become more competitive. Introduction of LUTs instead of bonds, a special scheme for merchant exporters, automation of refund process along with the provision of a single disbursement authority are among the many steps taken. The challenge of putting in place a robust IT system was addressed by setting up GSTN. Tax frauds or tax evasion is a big bane of any taxation system. The wrong availment of ITC on the basis of fake invoices made by fraudulent entities is a major challenge. A number of steps have been taken in coordination and close cooperation with state governments to curb the menace by better targeting with use of big data analytics to identify fraudulent entities, mandatory requirement of Aadhaar, blocking of return filing and e-way bills, and blocking of ITC. Taxpayer awareness and education added a new dimension to the GST story. Right from the year 2017, an extensive outreach was conducted using a 360-degree approach to address any misgivings the people might have had about GST. Continuous efforts have been made during the last 5 years to spread awareness about various changes in the law and procedure. We now rely on web platforms to conduct webinars, even in vernacular languages. The biggest outcome of the consistent efforts of the last 5 years is the revenue buoyancy. Since the rollout of GST, the average monthly GST revenue has shown a positive trend. For April 2022, this has peaked to the highest ever GST revenue collection at rupees 1.68 lakh crores. This shows that the GST regime has not only stabilized but also is delivering the results. Another remarkable aspect of the GST success story is the increase in taxpayer base. And as on 1st June 2022, the total number of registered taxpayers is around 1.37 crore, as against a total of 66.25 lakh taxpayers on 1st July 2017. In terms of digitalization, the journey of the last 5 years can be seen as a process of continuous refinement, fine-tuning, and improvement in return filing experience. E-invoicing facility, which was introduced on the 1st of October 2020, has picked up substantially and has evoked a very positive response. The e-way bill system, introduced on the 1st of April 2018 to remove barriers to interstate trade, has seen remarkable adoption by taxpayers. The facility for auto-population has led to a considerable jump in on-time and proper filing of returns due to greater data integrity. An important yardstick with which the efficiency of an IT-driven system to have a look at the grievances raised or tickets generated. There has been a drastic fall in the number of tickets or grievances from 66 in August 2017 to 2 in April 2022. To improve user experience, the IT system of GSTN has been completely revamped, and the capacity of GST portal is enhanced to increase the user concurrency from 1.5 lakh to 3 lakh. The continuous reforms have made the whole return filing process much smoother, and that is why it is called GST, a good and simple tax.
When the economic history of this period is written, one of the most transformational reforms of India will undoubtedly be the introduction of the goods and services tax.
The journey over the last 5 years, after the introduction of the GST, has been phenomenally good from an industry point of view.
This regime or this framework is visionary in that it also promotes the larger causes and the larger goals of our nation. For example, the GST on electric vehicles is just at 5%. Electric vehicles are all about green transport and is being promoted in order to reduce pollution in our cities.
Whole country got benefited, especially industries, and when we say the logistic industries, where cost of the per kilometer get reduced.
It is one nation, one document process.
जीएसटी आने से एक बहुत बड़ा बेनिफिट क्या मिला कि जो हमारे बायर्स हैं ना, उनको भी हमारी नेटवर्थ, एक्चुअल हमारी क्रेडिबिलिटी पता लगती है.
After the implementation of GST, we don't have to run now from pillar to post for obtaining registration or for filing returns.
The GST Council has been very successful in implementing change by taking everyone on board.
It has given honest taxpayers an opportunity to be proud of their honesty and gain speed and efficiency in their activities.
इनिशियली तो काफ़ी सारे ग्लिचेस थे जीएसटी में, बट उसके बाद धीरे धीरे इंप्रूव होते होते आज ये बहुत सही लेवल पे चल रहा है.
We've been business of manufacturing high precision components such as crankshafts, which is also known as the heart of the engine. GST implementation has definitely been a boon for our industry.
We are very happy with the way India has implemented one nation, one tax policy of the goods and service tax.
मैं आज 1 जुलाई 2022 को GST दिवस के ऊपर अपने समस्त व्यापारी वर्ग और भारत सरकार को बधाई देता हूं।